Hi, this is Trail from Crossing the Trail, and good to talk to you again today. I'm trying to figure out where on this camera face my camera is. There we go. Anyway, I wanted to briefly talk to you about faith and works. I know this is a loaded subject. It's holy ground for some people. Well, it should be, but and so I'm treading very lightly, and but I want to talk about some things with it. To lay the foundation, the scriptural foundation, Matthew chapter 22, some of the teachers of the law asked Jesus what the greatest commandment is, and he said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and the second is like unto it, to love your neighbor as yourself. So what he really established there was the vertical dimension, love the Lord your God, and the horizontal dimension, loving your neighbor as yourself. And I want to talk about loving your neighbor yourself and what role works play in the entire plan of salvation. And in James, James says, chapter 2, you show me your faith without works, I'll show you my faith by my works. So one of the problems I have with the Reformation saying of sola fide, or faith, salvation by faith alone, is that in reality faith doesn't exist alone. So how can our salvation be based on something that doesn't exist? Now, what I also do want to say is initial salvation is in no way earned. Teaching that it is earned would get you excommunicated. Don't do it. Even Trent, the Council of Trent, said that. So yeah, let's not go there. But Galatians 5:6, Paul talks about, what we have is faith working through love. And so, how do faith and these works go together? Well, let me give you a scenario that I think might help. Let's say if you have somebody, that's doing a bunch of good works. They're taking care of the elderly in their neighborhood. They're feeding the poor. They're mowing somebody's lawn for them that's sick, but they're doing all these good works, but they have no faith in God. None of it's being done for the love of God. None of it's being done in faith. And if we were talking to that person, we'd say, whoa, it's not that these things are bad. They're just not enough. They're not going to save you because they're not done in faith and they're not done for the love of God. So, you're incomplete. You're out of balance. That's not what salvation's about. And we'd be right in saying that. Well, now, switch the scenario. Would it still be true? Would somebody still be unbalanced and insufficient if they said, I have all this love for God, I have all this faith in God for salvation, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any works of service. I'm not manifesting that faith in what I do for others. All I have is this love for God, but not love for others. That's equally unbalanced. Just like somebody who's doing all these works and is maybe one of these good without God people. That's wrong, it's imbalanced, and it won't save. While somebody who says they have faith and love and has none of these works of service isn't loving their neighbor and manifesting that faith working through love by what they do, that's just as unbalanced. And so it's not, is it faith or faith plus works? It's faith that's showing itself by works. Okay? And so faith alone, again, it doesn't exist. But I tell you what, dead works do exist. You can do works without the love. Hebrews 19:14 talks about dead works. We've cleansed our conscience from dead works to serve the living God. And so, it says every time it's talked about judgment in the New Testament as well. It says we'll be judged according to our works. We judged by our works. Well, now, are we back to square one? Does that mean that there's a certain amount of works we have to do to get into heaven and that we earn our way to heaven? Well, no. But it's like James said, I'll show you my faith by my works. Our faith is going to be judged at the last day by what it caused us to do. Our works, whether we like it or not, are the best barometer for the quality of our faith. So we'll be judged by our works. What will be judged? Our faith. By judging our works, he'll be judging our faith. Because guess what? What you believe determines what you do. And let me put that another way. What you really believe determines what you will do. And so God will judge our works as a way of seeing whether we had faith or not. Now, if we had no faith and we just had works, he'll also be able to see that. And that's where the judgment comes in that says, "Depart, I never knew you." Even though those people, it's Matthew 7, are saying, but Lord, I did that. No, I never knew you. So, again, faith that manifests itself in works is the only true faith. And therefore, it is a dangerous thing to say you're saved by faith alone, no matter what you do. Okay? Because what you do reveals what faith you have and the love for God and for neighbor that you have. So, do you agree with that? What do you think? Am I treading on too dangerous a territory? Let me know in the comments. As long as you don't swear and call me names, I might even reply. So, may the peace of Christ be with you, and you have a great day.